Thanks for checking out this film review from the Dead Man's Party podcast. You could find our full archive of every unedited show if you subscribe to The Skeleton Crew on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to support Dead Man's Party on Patreon. Link in the description. Enjoy the review. All right, here we are. It's Dead Man's Party, and it is the final show of our biggest year we will ever have in Dead Man's Party because, well, I'll drop that news at the end of this show. But, yeah, this is our first year. It's been amazing. It's been great. The origins of this, how it all came to be, the guests we've had. It's just been an amazing 2024 for us. We'll never forget this. And this is our big Christmas finale. This is coming out just in time for Christmas. You have 2 more days. It all worked out. You get to hear us do your Christmas thing. Hopefully it's like this movie. And, yeah, this is an exciting show. So, my name is Al, and I'm with the guy who really should be thrown off of this podcast after that Charlie Brown review.
But Alex, he worked really hard.
Yeah, so do washing machines. So here he is, Chris. How you doing, Chris?
I'm not doing too good, man. I'll tell you why. I got a real painful burr on my dick. And if the ghoul rubs it, I'm going to give him a whole quarter. And if Aaron rubs it, I'll give him a quarter too.
Wow, a whole quarter. Wow, you hear that, guys?
Oh boy, a whole quarter.
You mentioned hey, Ghoul, I heard you're preparing for your career. College?
Custodian.
Gotta be proud. Oh, God. And we are with the guy whose shitter is always full. The guy who has been with us during all of our Griswold's vacations. You heard him on National Lampoon's Vacation, National Lampoon's European Vacation, and now Christmas Vacation. Aaron Duncan. What's up, Aaron?
Man, I'm so excited. I'm shitting rocks.
I'd rather you don't use that language during a wholesome Christmas review.
Oh, shitting bricks.
Oh, thanks.
I mixed it up. I was just going to see if anyone... so I went right for the second one she said.
That's okay. It's different from the first one. Yeah, so we are totally excited, as everyone knows. Or I guess, would you guys say the general consensus is that this is the best one?
Ooh, I would say this is the most popular one and probably most people's favorite. It's not mine. I still like the first one the best because the first one is in my top 2 comedies of all time. That's nothing against this movie. This movie is fantastic. That's just how much I love the first one.
Right.
I would say I've only ever actually seen the first one, this one in Vegas. I've never seen European. This one's probably my favorite though. But the first one is still really fucking good though. But yeah, this one's my favorite.
I knew this question was going to come up, and I realized, like, I am so basic and I'm so white. I'm so white.
Don't say it.
This one is my favorite one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Vegas.
No. I consider it the most basic thing to like the popular one. I think Alex and I had this conversation about T2, but like, man, it's hard to. I love this one, dude. It's like and I love the first one too, don't get me wrong, but there's something. I've watched this one a couple times for this review, and like each time it just flies by. Like, I mean, it's just from beginning to end, it's so solid. And like, not that the first one doesn't, but there's something very warm about this one, despite the fact that it's the dead of winter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, besides all the snow, there's something really warm about this.
The coziness of the house, the attic.
Here's my take on this whole thing. This movie, again, this is opinion, obviously, but to mine, this movie is perfection. Like, there's, I guess, one scene that's questionable, but if you want heart in a movie, I guess you should go with it. But other than that, it's perfection, and it's just one great thing after another. And Wally World is not that. Like it's like 80% perfection or 85, whatever. But it's not like this is like 97%. So, but that's just me though. So that's why I would put this above that one. That one's like a great classic 80s comedy, and it kickstarted an amazing, a good franchise. But yeah, I can't put Wally World like on this level. I don't know.
No, that's fine. I would never argue with anyone who said this was the best one. Now, if someone said European or Vegas was the best one, then we'd have to have a talk.
Right.
Oh, man.
And Wally World's amazing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just that every scene isn't a banger like every scene here to me. So it's hard for me to put that one above this. But yeah, so let's get to the movie proper. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Ugh, guys, we missed 1990 by 1 year.
No, not even a year, by a month.
Oh, shit.
That really hurts.
Yeah.
Thank God we did it last week with Home Alone.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. Another 1990 movie.
Very upset about that. Director Jeremiah Chekik. Writer John Hughes. Wow, this is all starting to make sense, isn't it, guys?
With the Christmas shit, yeah.
Oh, just greatness. Just perfection is usually him.
If you would have had a gun to my head, I could not have told you who directed this movie, because all I think about is John Hughes when I watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Starring Chevy Chase as Clark Griswold, Beverly D'Angelo as Ellen Griswold, and those two came back for all of them. Here are two people who did not. Juliette Lewis as Audrey Griswold, Johnny Galecki as Rusty Griswold. I could go through the E.G. Marshall is the
That's Egg Marshall.
Egg Marshall.
How can I forget my own jokes? Egg Marshall is Art Smith, the Beverly D'Angelo's dad. And then I think Doris Roberts became famous from the other, I think, 2.5 Men.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Different strokes.
Randy Quaid is a notable guy.
Sure is.
Cousin Eddie. And why is it that Randy Quaid reminds me of
Dennis Quaid?
Antonio Pappas?
Zorro?
I mean, Gary Busey.
Does he really?
In the sense that they're the same kind of person, right? Like, they're both insanely perfect at certain roles, but they're both insane.
I was going to say they're both insane for sure.
Yeah, they're both off the fucking rockets for sure.
And it's the manic personality, man.
William Hickey, you guys should know.
I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, love that guy.
If you're big fans of Tales from the Dark
Tales
Side,
from the Crypt?
No, Dark Side. Oh, that too.
Tales from the... No.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Tales from the Dark Side of the movie is what I meant.
No, you're right.
Is he really on Tales from the Crypt
yeah,
also?
he is. He's in an episode actually directed, I think, by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it is a really good episode, yeah.
Wait, is that the body swap?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of Tales from the Dark Side of the movie, the cat chapter. Yeah.
Alex, since you know the Tales from the Crypt episode, do you know what the guy who he swaps bodies was in? The young guy?
I do. He was in Terminator.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
He was also in Top Gun.
He's and Navy SEALs as well. Yeah. No, Charlie Sheen and Michael Biehn, awesome movie.
Oh yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I guess, is famous for like Seinfeld.
She was on Kramer.
Oh, Kramer.
Yep.
Oh, she was on Kramer.
She was on Kramer.
Dude, she's pretty amazing in this, honestly, though.
Oh, she's great. Oh.
Dude, I've always thought she was a smoke show.
Yeah, for sure.
Even now, she still is.
Still to this day.
I like brunettes and older brunettes.
Same here.
All right, so I want to show you something real quick. Yeah, asshole. Look at that.
He has the fucking glass.
Oh, he's got the mug.
Yeah.
That's
nice,
awesome.
Nice.
Dude, those antlers look super long.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Are they that long on the movie?
Oh, I guess so. I never really studied it.
I was watching it and I was like, That would be I was watching it earlier today, and I thought that'd be an uncomfortable glass to hold because it really does look longer than I would have thought. Like,
Yeah.
Alex, where'd you get that?
Wally
From
World.
Joe.
Joe.
I said
Joe
Wally
Mama.
World.
Woo!
He's been dying to use that one. you really got Ghoul. Sorry, Aaron, what'd you say?
It's the new Halloween 2 bit.
Oh, I said Wally World. So
Wally World?
Oh, yeah, duh. Of course you got it at Wally World.
speaking of Wally World, by the way, Walmart was most definitely like a sponsor or something of this movie, right?
Were they really known as Wally World back then, though?
No, but like I just noticed throughout this movie, they go to Walmart two different times.
Right. The sledding scene, and then when they go shopping for dog food and shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's back when Walmart just was a normal department store, and they didn't have those fucking super centers all over the place back then.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a fucking cesspool.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just go back to the opening of this movie real quick. The opening credit scene and the song and the animation and everything, it is fucking amazing, dude.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to complain.
No. Like normally, opening credit scene. Well, I shouldn't say normally. The animation and stuff, and this actually makes you want to pay attention to the screen as this song is playing. Which, as far as I know, obviously is an original song made for this movie, right?
I would say so.
Yeah. It's fucking fantastic. The song is amazing. I mean, they play this song every year, like on the radio and shit. It's become like a Christmas staple.
Well, the opening, like the cartoon thing, that now having watched the Garfield Christmas special, I was immediately it made me appreciate this opening way more after seeing that, because how much I loved the way that like animation in that house looked. Yeah. And so very underrated. I feel like no one talks about that part of the movie specifically.
First of all, why are they still driving a station wagon? You'd think after the fucking hell they went through in the first movie, they would not want anything to do with a goddamn station wagon at this point. Yet they're still driving. I know it's not the same one, but still.
And I'll tell you right now, those snowy ice-capped mountain peaks do not exist anywhere in Illinois.
Oh, wow. Good point, dude.
Where were they? Aspen?
Yeah, it looked like fucking Aspen.
It must have been over by Carbondale, huh, Aaron?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that John Denver's full of shit, man.
Just watched that last week.
So, yeah, they're driving to get a tree. He drives under this tractor trailer after having road rage, and the guy's brake checking him and all that. And you get the famous middle finger scene, which everybody loves. He says, "Burn dust, eat my rubber."
Yeah.
I love how they ignore the tree lot that they're like, why would you drive? I guess it's a thing. I guess I'm going to like be like devil's advocate here. You drive to a tree lot and then proceed to walk a half a mile into a forest.
No shit, dude.
Right? So what is the point of this? Why did you go to the tree lot?
I was listening to something today that actually, this is one of those situations where it would have made sense. Apparently, that tree was still part of originally there was some Jerry the tree guy or something that was like selling the trees, and like they walked far, and that was part of his lot technically. And they even like in a deleted scene go and borrow the because you remember how he's like, "Dad, did you remember to grab your saw or whatever?" And he makes the eyes. Like apparently there's a deleted scene where they go back to the like main area where this Jerry the tree guy is, and they ask for a saw, and he just throws them a shovel. And yeah,
goddamn, that would have made a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah,
thinking they just dug the goddamn thing out of the ground with their hands.
yeah. So like, Audrey's eyes are. She's like and like Juliette Lewis is great, and like she's so good at just like the still like frozen part of that.
She'll see it later, honey. Her eyes are frozen.
And that like silverish like ice makeup they put on her eyes too is a really good touch.
Yeah. I can't feel my legs. That's all part of the experience.
Yeah, so the edit made us believe they dug it out with their hands.
Well, yeah, especially by the fucking dirt and the roots and all that shit that are still attached to it.
Yeah.
There's no sign of shovel use when you look at it. So we meet the neighbors, and he goes, "Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big?" And he goes, "Bend over and I'll show you." And he goes, "You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that." He goes, "I wasn't talking to you."
Well, don't gloss over the fact that Clark comes walking out of the garage with this fucking Kmart hockey mask on that looks just like the fucking mask on the VHS box of Friday the 13th Part 5.
Yeah.
That cheap fucking generic white mask.
Yep.
That's exactly what it looks like, dude.
I'm sure, all being horror fans, you all know that there is a major epidemic of people... What are you going to say?
Of the Jason type hockey mask with a chainsaw.
Yeah, wow, there you go. Yeah, for some reason... Whenever you do a knockoff of Jason, it's always a horrible hockey mask and a friggin' chainsaw.
Are you telling me Jason never used a chainsaw?
He used a weed whacker that had a blade on it for whatever reason.
Yeah, fucking circular saw blade for some reason.
Yeah. Right.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, like, who has that?
Dude, so when he says, "Where you think you're going to put a tree like that?" and Clark says, "Bend over and I'll show you," you have no fucking clue how many times I've used that line in my life. Bend over and I'll show you. I still use it to this day at work, where someone will say, "Where is such and such?" And I'll just say, "Bend over and I'll show you." And it's straight from this fucking movie.
You definitely said it on this podcast a couple times.
Did I?
I swear, you definitely said. When Alex would be looking through his notes, he's like, "Where's this?" And you'll be like, "Bend over and I'll show you."
I'm sure I did. It is because of this movie, dude.
Yeah, Todd and Margot. Like, talk about two of the most yuppie, obnoxious, bougie names ever, right? And his hair is constantly gelled and slicked back, and she's always totally done to the nines. It's, like, so obnoxious.
Every time I see that guy, I think he does have a ponytail, and then when he'll move his head, I don't see it, because I really just see Terry Silver with him so hard.
Right, he's like Steven Seagal in the later movies when he had the same hair but nothing in the back.
No, I thought that was in Above the Law. He had the slick back hair but no ponytail.
No, he had a ponytail in all those movies, didn't he?
Not in the first one. Not in Ghoul's $50 Blu-ray. No.
Yeah, Ghoul, tell us. You spent $50 on this, right? So, what, his hair was just flapping around and there was nothing in the back, right? It was just
right. It wasn't until Hard to Kill where he had the ponytail in the back.
Yeah. It's just because his hair always looked wet, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron calling him Terry Silver is fucking killing me. That's amazing.
Yeah, that guy. I never thought of Terry Silver with that guy. That's a whole new thing I'll be thinking of now.
They should have gotten that stance and start doing that fucking kata shit.
Yep. I just knew we were going to see him with a cigar and Yep.
Yeah, he should have squared off the Clark and started going, "Whoa,
whoa."
So, how about the tree breaking, bashing out all his windows, and then you get to the funny, sticky fingers scene where he can't read a magazine? And, how dated is this? How many men at 40 years old? Oh, did anybody do an age check on these people?
No, I actually did not.
Oh, but I can do that right now. Hold on.
All I can focus on in that scene when they're in bed is fucking Ellen's areola that you can see straight through the nightgown.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, really? Are you kidding me?
I never noticed it.
Oh,
so
my
this
God.
movie came out in 1989?
Yeah. So, Clark...
How old do you think Chevy Chase was?
45.
42?
40.
46.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was trying to be how they look horrible. So I figured 40 for him is that.
Yeah,
but 46, okay, yeah, I could see. No, never mind. I won't look like that in a year. I'll look I'll look like Rusty compared to him.
It's true, yeah.
I wish. How about, so he talks about these big plans to put a pool in with his coworker, Bill, who we all love, or at least me and Aaron love him.
Oh, yeah.
He's also a semi main character in that. I love it. I know a lot of people don't. That Dolph Lundgren alien cop action movie. Yeah, he's like the main
Come
guy.
in Peace or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Come in Peace, or Dark Angel or whatever.
Dark Angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren alien cop action movie. Yeah, you lost me with that one, dude.
Oh, it's so good. Mostly because the ending, like when the alien's like, "I come in peace," and then Dolph, he's like, "And you go in pieces, asshole," and then kills him. It's fucking awesome.
And I don't know why, but in the scene where he shows Bill where what he's going to do with his money when he has that brochure out, and Bill goes, "Oh my God, you're putting in a pool." Something about that line.
Yeah.
Me and my buddies have quoted for 35 fucking years. It's just the way he says it. Oh, it's like Clark's doing the most insane thing ever. "Oh my God, you're putting a pool."
It's like you made it to the next level.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, so Clark's boss comes down the hallway, Mr. Shirley. Now this guy,
Alex's boy.
I love him.
see? What? Man, Chris is just feeling so left out here. Carly loved him, I love him, you love him, but Chris loves Bill Murray.
Dude, Carly didn't even know the fuck who he was when you said Brian Doyle Murray.
Dude, that's Noah Vanderhoff.
Dude, what?
Noah's Arcade.
What
Wayne's
is
World.
that?
Wayne's World.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, he is in that.
That's what I always think of him, even before this.
Now, Miss Pac-Man has a bow on her head. Yeah, so this guy's great. He says...
Sphincter says what?
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 So he says, I want a report about your
Non-nutrient serovornish.
Yeah. It prevents the meal from penetrating the flake. So you eat a bunch of like as if our food isn't bad enough in America. We need to seal our flakes. The only normal thing we're eating, cornflakes, we're going to seal them with a chemical that prevents milk from penetrating them so they stay crunchy. Like, wow, thanks, Clark, for killing us. So,
Am I the weird one by saying I like it when my cereal gets a little mushy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like a little crisp in the, like if I eat like Fruity Pebbles, I have to go so fast because I'm like, these are going to get soggy way too quick. Like, that was funny looking, I'm sure. But,
Carly eats her cereal dry.
I mean, I'll eat it like out
What
of the
a
box
fucking
dry.
weirdo.
I'll eat it out of the box dry, but like when I eat a bowl, like Captain Crunch, like you have to wait like an hour for that to like soften, or it'll like fuck up the roof of your mouth.
Captain Crunch will destroy the roof of your mouth.
Yeah,
It will.
Yeah.
absolutely. I wouldn't be necessarily against that food additive, but like I'd want to know what like shit it's gonna do to the fucking inside of my body, I guess. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, RFK is going to find out. I'll get rid of it if it's bad.
Yeah.
So,
But I love the line when Clark says "Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, kiss his
Yes,
ass, kiss your ass,
yes.
Happy Hanukkah."
Happy
That's
Hanukkah.
fucking classic, dude.
I almost opened with that. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, they're mall shopping. The hot chick thing.
in the department store, I think she's so hot, but weirdly, in Clark's fantasy, I don't think she's as hot because she has like no butt. Like her butt is like as flat as Hank Hill's.
Dude, first of all, I agree with you 1,000%, but I have never noticed that until this watch when I was really studying her physique in that scene. She really doesn't have an ass.
Like, I mean, it's like Hank Hill butt. Like it is flat as like can be. Like
it really is.
And straight up, like the front part of her body, it's like, why would they even? I mean, I know it was like the late '80s, and maybe butts weren't as like.
No, they were not a thing. No.
Yeah, but man, that flat, like it's a little on the rougher side.
You'd think they could have at least had like a body double and shoot her ass and then cut back to Clark and then go back up her body with her real self.
Maybe
But yeah.
he doesn't. Yeah, because that was his fantasy, so maybe he fantasized her with a flat.
He likes flat asses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe she does have one, but he just didn't see it that way.
But my God, she's so hot and so cool in the department store, and man, oof, good night. Yeah, when she shows him, see, there's no lines or whatever. It's like,
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Good night. I feel like Russ went through puberty that day. Yeah, he Benjamin Button too, and he became younger somehow.
Yes.
If you're in the movie order, it's like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, but that's just, I think that's actually a tongue-in-cheek joke. I always thought that like they had to be playing with like the idea, like not only are we going to recast them, but now we're going to flip their ages. Like,
but yeah, right. But Audrey kind of stayed the same age, I feel like, throughout the first at least 3 movies.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey loves that. Stay the same age.
All right. Well,
I will say, speaking of this pool scene, this is the first movie I ever saw at the theater with a girl. Shout out Amy Elkelman, if you're listening. And when she's coming up out of the water and the camera's panning down, you think it's going to show her tits. I could feel myself like sliding down on my seat, like, no, please don't show them. I was so uncomfortable because I was 14 years old. And I just did not want to see this huge pair of tits on screen with my fucking 13-year-old girlfriend at the time sitting right next to me. I was so uncomfortable.
Neither did Ghoul. He does not like sex scenes in movies.
What? They're the best. Like,
I don't know what he's like. Alex, I can't see you, so I don't know what your fucking little fucking reaction is over there. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You said you only like the Sarah Connor sex scene because it's the only.
I didn't say I like it. I said, is it the only one where it's only movie where it's necessary? And then we did talk about it after the fact. You guys brought up some very good points. I didn't say I didn't like them.
Oh,
yeah, I remember this specifically. Yes, and it's like integral to the plot. Other than like Knocked Up, there's not a lot of them like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
have you ever seen the
shame on me?
Have you ever seen The Accused from 1987 with Jodie Foster when she gets raped in that bar?
By Bud from Halloween 2.
That was necessary, right? Chicks love that shit.
Yeah, I guess. Golly.
Oh, they sure do, Chris.
Just like all knives belong in the skulls of women's heads.
Okay, Ghoul. I was just trying to come up with a joke. You don't have to keep repeating that. Holy shit, man. All I said was, why would Michael waste it stabbing a picture of his sister in a school, third grade school, when he could have put it in a woman's head? And you keep bringing this up.
Okay, Ghoul.
Aaron, this is what I've been dealing with all this time that you've been gone.
Well, I mean, I had a little hint of it here and there, but I love it. It's fucking funny as shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on their side. Thanks.
I mean, I get to ride this vehicle as more of a listener and just kind of a guy there. So, like, yeah, it's going to be funny to me.
Oh, you're the lucky one.
Alex, did you figure out mine and yours connection on this movie?
Oh, no, I haven't had a second, dude. So this will be totally new to me. Go ahead.
So you and I had talked about this movie pretty well at length before on the dance show Married with Children episode that like you ended up having me do a guest spot on because of the fact that the dude that Peg is dancing with is his work associate in this movie.
Yes, he is. Wow, you're good, dude.
Yeah, and I remember that as soon as he showed up on the screen, I was like, oh yeah, the fucking dance show that like we did a review on.
He played the gay guy that Peg was dancing with.
Yep.
Hey, who was that in this movie?
His coworker, the guy. Yeah, his coworker.
The main guy that's talking to him about the pool and shit.
Yep.
I know him from Raising Arizona. I don't know if you guys are fans of that movie.
I know him as one of the nerdy dude's dads from Freaks and Geeks.
Yes, I said that in the same fucking episode, dude. I said it in the same episode. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
I love it. He broke my heart in that show. So yeah.
Yeah, when you find out that he's cheating.
Yep.
Well, have we? Do you want to exhaust this girl before we move on? Because
I'd love to exhaust this girl.
Yeah. Yep. Let's just kind of spread her out and figure this out.
So when he goes there and he's like, "What? Oh, what happened?" and he's like totally losing it. I always wanted to turn around to like the hottest waitress or something and just like get lost at her beauty and just stare like, and then go, "Huh? What? Sorry," and then make it obvious that I'm doing it that way and be like, "What? What'd you say?" oh, what do I want to eat? Something like that, and just like go with this whole thing. I wanted to live this moment out my whole life. Like, I never had the balls, I guess, to like do something that brazen, and usually my wife's sitting right next to me. So
dude, you should have been out with me. You should have been out with me and my buddy last Saturday night. This bartender at this bar I was at, one of the hottest girls I've ever seen in my life. I just kept saying, "You are fucking gorgeous."
Yeah? What did Kelly say about it?
Well, she doesn't know.
She wasn't standing next to you? Oh, okay.
No. She hates me anyway. It doesn't matter.
She's like, I don't care what he does, as long as he's out of the house for 3 hours. When I was a kid, I never knew why he laughed so much when she goes, "Can I take something out for you?"
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when I was 12, I just went along with it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was 14 when I saw this, so I'm pretty sure I got that joke at that point.
Wow. Yeah. He's talking about nipples, and she's like, "Can I take something out for you?" And all I picture her is leaning forward and pulling that top apart. Like,
oh, no shit, dude.
Pulling it down. I'm like, ugh.
I thought she meant let me take out your cock and fucking like play with it. Like,
oh, is that what she meant?
Wow, that's a good point.
Yeah, can I take something out? Not can I take a couple things out, but can I take something out? It's like, yeah, because at this point he was probably busting through his trousers, man.
Okay, so fuck the rest of this review. We're just spending the whole show on this chick. So
yeah. So here's the thing: it's like I still like I'm 37, and like it still blows my mind. And it's funny because I would say 70 to 80% of chicks actually wear really cool underwear and shit most of the time. At least a lot of them that I've been in. And like I still get blown away. Like when she shows that like little side thing to her, and she's got like I'm like, man, that is so cool that someone does that. Like someone's wearing that underneath all that. Like, and it just makes you go, I don't know. It makes me appreciate life a little different. Like nah, she was something else, man. A little pistol.
Well, she was dreamy looking, man.
And you know what? Did you all ever see her in anything after this movie? I didn't.
No, but I'll tell you this. 2-3 years ago, you could get her autograph on a lot of things right now.
Or she do
really?
stuff?
Oh, yeah. Like, she is all into her character in this movie, and she signs things. She's totally cool. Yeah, she's still doing that.
Did you always notice her flat butt, Alex? Like, did everyone notice it, or was this just... Because I know you said you did too, Chris.
Alex had to have known for sure because he's into Latina chicks, which obviously is the complete opposite.
Right. Yeah, so I did. And I was like, huh. But, I still have that sentimental, nostalgic thing where I give her a pass.
I was more focused on Cousin Eddie and the thong.
Yeah, and he's like whipping the towel into the pool. And I love how he leans back when he drinks that beer. It is such trash. Like, it's amazing.
I never really noticed it until this watch, but I think it's hilarious how he's in the pool fantasy, but then at the end he says he doesn't know how to swim.
Right.
It's so funny.
And of course, like, Clark has some very specific reactions in the way he reacts to anything in this movie. But dude, when Ruby Sue or whatever sees him fantasizing, like there's a part of me that wonders, like, was he about to jerk off like in this corner? because the way he gets caught, he's like, like, I mean, like throw the leg up kind of thing, like throw that leg up kind of jerk off.
This movie could have taken a dark turn, dude.
Yeah, because it seemed like he got fucking caught, like about to happen, and just was like fast with his words. But then, like, if I take into account how he reacts to most anything, it's like, well, maybe he was just fantasizing, but like that was caught. Like,
I always wondered if when he turned around if he had a log.
I was thinking the same thing.
You a log?
Oh, not in the sense that you think I say I have a log.
Oh God.
God, that was like everything he was saying in that whole thing. He was like, not that I have a log. Like, it's like,
right.
Number one, we don't really refer to boners as logs. Like, I like how he's like trying to recreate the entire fucking lexicon of boner talk. Like, we don't really say a log, dude. So weird.
That's why that's a turd.
I was gonna say, yeah,
it is. It's a cocky log, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him drinking from the Halloween 2 cup again to remind me that it's coming. That's all he does.
Us broke out a special beer for tonight. It's called Santa's Black Blood. 13.8% milk stout.
Golly.
Russ is on the couch now, and he's watching It's a Wonderful Life, and I guess he's home on, like, Christmas vacation from school.
I know after the family shows up, when those two grandfathers are dead asleep, and it's such a typical, like holiday trope, they're just, both passed out like this. I'm like, I was sitting there watching it and was like, I cannot wait to be that comfortable in my life to where I can just fall asleep sitting upright with another man in the room falling asleep sitting upright while, like, my lover stares at me. Yeah,
I am so jealous of people who can just lay down and just decide to take a nap whenever they want. I can't do that. My body will not fucking fall asleep like that.
Right, 100%. Same.
Used to be able to, not anymore.
I used to be able to.
Yeah, I watch those two guys sleep like that, and I'm like, and that's probably what I'm talking about. I'm like, they're just so warm and happy, like just fucking sleeping, like could not wake up. You don't even know, but like, I mean, that man.
It's amazing. It's so cozy. We don't want to rush our lives away, and we know that they might die in a year or that day. So, like,
yeah, they could have died in their sleep.
Right. So it's like, it's really not a thing to aspire to, but man, it looks good at the moment, right? Like, it's like, God damn, like, I wish I could just kind of feel that way in my life. And plus, obviously, they're not working. They're not doing anything important. They're just existing till they die. And they've earned it. It's fine.
We're just existing.
Existing. Jesus Christ. Well, no, that's definitely like an old man thing, though, because I can guarantee you, because it practically happened at Thanksgiving last month, and it will happen again at Christmas, where my dad and my uncle will absolutely, like, past 6 o'clock, there will be a point where both of them are probably conked out on the couch, just doing the same
amazing?
exact.
They fucking feed Ambien to turkeys now or something?
Probably. At this point, they'll do anything to us. So, the parents come over. Do you all find it disturbing when Clark's mom knocks on his fucking forehead and then puts her hand in his mouth? Like,
it's a little bizarre.
Like, is that a thing? She does it like it's a thing.
And he totally goes along with it. He's got this expression on his face like he's a little kid because he even looks up like,
yeah, like he's doing this.
Yeah. You know what I love too is like this, but I love how much like her mom does not, like, if you pay attention to it, she does not like Clark through the whole movie. She's so unimpressed by him just like does not give him any sort of like merit or anything. And like the father obviously is, and he like motherfucks him. It makes me wonder what they were like when they first started dating even.
Did you all ever have a grandmother who offered you a quarter to rub a burr on her heel? My grandma wanted me to rub something else, but she said,
her clit?
That's disgusting, man. You gotta go see a therapist.
Chris was like, yeah, man, I like older chicks. No problem.
I'm so glad I took a sip of my whiskey before that, because that would have fucking come all back up.
Oh, golly. I have the visual image of Chris rubbing his grandmother's clit, but blowing dust off of it first. Like,
he has to blow the dust off first to find it.
Yeah, like Clark does to that present in the attic.
Yeah, you have to go through the bushes. Like, you have to, like, spread. Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, this always goes there. Guys, you must be used to this by now. We're in December. We're on our last show of the year, right? Come on, stop complaining about this. It's just what it is. Clark, says, I'll be outside for the season. He starts decorating his house. Now, the big question about this scene of him decorating his house is, how did he already have all of those lights in storage? It's almost as if he's done this before, but he hasn't. And Rusty talks about him going overboard, and he's not saying, like the last 5 years where our whole house was lit up. Like, he doesn't say anything like that. But Clark proceeds to staple every spot in between every bulb Do you know what your house would look like by the time you were done doing this, and what it would look like when you took these lights down? Is there anything normal about anything that's happening in the next 24 hours?
It'd be permanent, I think. Like, it's one of those things, like, when I was a kid, I wanted Christmas lights real bad and convinced my dad to put them up, and they never came off even until we moved out of the house. They just were up here.
You were those people? Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, like, he kept it up, and like he just never got up on the roof to take them off.
I love the part when Clark first pulls the lights out and they're in that huge ball, and just the way he goes, whoop, got a little knot here, let you work on that.
Yeah.
Just like so nonchalant. It's fucking gigantic. Oh. But that's the truth, though. Every time I pull out my Christmas lights every year for my Christmas tree, even though that's only 4 strands, somehow they get fucking intertwined every year, and I have to like undo it like a goddamn fucking puzzle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, me with my Halloween lights, because I'm not the Christmas person. That's my mom. But yeah, just I don't understand. It's like the same thing. Like when you get like wired headphones in your pocket, how the fuck do they get tangled up like that? Like, it's like my worst nightmare. So when I see his fucking box of lights, it just gives me so much like fucking like fear. I'm like, I would fucking die if I had to unwind those.
Mm-hmm.
But did any of you guys ever ponder why does he have so many lights that he?
Yeah,
that's a great point by you. I have never thought about why he had enough lights at that point to cover the entire house like he did.
Yeah,
he didn't go to Walmart to get them or anything. He didn't go, all right, Russ, and keep loading them into the cart. And he goes, Dad, don't they get an awful lot of lights? He goes, oh, no, you can never have too many lights. Like, there was no scene like that. It was just that they were there in his garage. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So then he gets to a moment where, you know, we get the funny stapling scene where he staples his, like, wrist to the house, and he pushes back, and he lands on the tree, kicks forward, lands on the house. Then I guess somehow he gets back down. He gets back down, I guess. So then we get to the part where it's, like, nighttime now. It's the same day, by the way. Oh, by the way, yeah. So this all happens, if you guys haven't noticed in your whole life, this happens on the 16th of December. All of this.
Not the whole movie.
The whole decorating scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you don't think it's weird that he stapled 25,000 lights onto his house in one day?
I mean, there's a lot of weird shit about this movie, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to get to the moon yet. I'll get to that later.
The moon.
The one that's going to collide with the Earth? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I didn't read this till now. There's a comment we gotta talk about one of the grandfathers, what he says to one of the children.
Hey, maybe Murtaugh left those lights behind.
And he just twisted the one bulb.
Yeah.
I just love when he's at, you know, like you just said, when they're at the nighttime and he fucking slips and he's grabbing onto the gutter and the gutter fucking breaks away and that ice fucking shoots out of the gutter like a rocket. And it busts through that neighbor's window, just like that angry mob was busting out those windows on the Myers house in Halloween 2.
I knew. That is totally like Murtaugh's house from Lethal Weapon 2, right? It's the same house. I think I read that.
Like legit the same house?
I was gonna say, I feel like it is. Yeah.
Oh,
it's legit the same house. That's why I said that maybe Murtaugh left him behind, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. Hold on, I gotta Google this because I could be fucking wrong.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm
It says, according to Google, the house uses the Griswold's neighbor's home on the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank is the same one used for the Murdoch home in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now, actually, yeah.
So you're saying when they fought on the front lawn that right next door to them was the Griswolds probably looking out the window looking at them?
I was say, yeah, right, yeah.
And the Griswolds had this Christmas 2 years later?
Yep.
So why was there stereo in their bedroom? Like, why wouldn't you have the stereo in your living room? Why would it be in your bedroom?
I used to have a stereo in my bedroom when I was, I don't know, I think that was a trope of the 80s and 90s. Wouldn't people have stereos in the bedrooms to fuck?
That stereo was so weird, though. It was like, it looked like the exact 5 same machines, like, lined up, boom, 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 like, right in a row.
It looked like something off of Star Trek.
It looked like a fucking...
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, like, it looked weird.
Yeah.
I feel like those late 90s, like, late 80s, early 90s, or even really late 80s, stereos in movies always looked way cooler than they were in real life. Like, I remember like the one in like Ferris Bueller's thinking like, man, that's a fucking badass looking setup, and I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I got a 5-disc CD changer for Christmas in 1991, and it did not look nearly as cool as the stereos they had in this fucking movie.
Yeah. That's crazy though. If you had that back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, he's so bougie. So anyway, so the whole family comes out, and the lights don't go on, and they just criticize him, say what a silly waste of resources this is. And he goes, he worked really hard, Grandma. And the guy goes, so do washing machines. Like, who thinks of things like this to say to people?
Right. So what exactly is that joke supposed to mean?
It doesn't matter if you work hard, you got to get it done right.
Oh, okay. See, that's not really funny to me.
No, that's too much to think about to be funny.
Right. I mean, let's go back real quick. It shows that short clip of Rusty sleeping in the same bed as Audrey. Would you guys ever sleep in the same bed as your sister?
Fuck no.
I mean, I did until I was 19, but after that, fuck that.
Oh, that's great.
Then it got weird for me.
Then it got weird.
And did you all ever have posters on your ceiling like Rusty did with that chick?
Yeah, no, I don't mind it though, because it's like the girl's right above you, so I get it. But no, absolutely not.
Oh no, dude, my walls and ceiling were covered in posters when I was in high school, but they were all of like
Marilyn Manson. I know.
I never had posters on the ceiling, but they were all over my fucking walls for sure, and like the door and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm 30 years old. I still live with my parents, and I still have many posters in my room. Not on my ceiling, no. When I wake up, the first two posters I see are Terminator 1 and 2, right below each other.
Yeah,
and I also have 2 Predator 2, Aliens, Phantasm, Texas Chainsaw 3.
I got a bunch of shit all through my house. It's just nonstop of that stuff.
Is it all James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich?
No. I mean, there's a handful of Metallica stuff, but then there's like, I got a bunch of Misfits stuff on the walls, and then
all right, man.
Oh, nice, hell yeah.
Hey, do you like Sam Hain or no? Or do you think that was weird? How about his solo career?
Sam Hain, I like Danzig's solo career. Sam Hain, I was never as into. But Misfits, of course, down with. But yeah, I got that, a bunch of Silver Shamrock shit on the walls, Halloween stuff, and just shit everywhere. I actually got I'll have to get a picture of it. My girlfriend had got me some Misfits poster she had found online where it's like the Fiend skull, but it's like in a Freddy Krueger getup kind of thing.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Oh,
dude.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I have
it's
that in the
super
back
cool.
window of my truck.
Do you really?
Oh, just the skull, just the regular crimson.
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, not Freddy Krueger. So Clark was out there while the whole family was sleeping, and the grandfather was busting off to that poster on the ceiling. Did you guys notice that the moon was about to collide with the Earth?
Dude,
yeah.
What in the fuck is going on with the moon in that shot? It is ginormous.
I think it's just one of those odd studio.
Don't get me wrong.
Things, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It looks really cool, but it looks so fucking unrealistic.
Why did they make that choice?
Because this movie's kind of cartoonish.
I think that like you have to have like suspension of disbelief or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And with this movie, because there's
it's preposterous, and no way on earth could all of this happen to one guy in a month. But at the same time, it's grounded enough that if you didn't put a moon 100 times bigger than it is, I don't think I'd care. Like, right. I don't know.
It was just kind of a cool visual shot, even though it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Supposed to look fake Christmassy and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because it is grounded, like you said, but I think it's like, it's not so much grounded as it is relatable no matter what. Because I think all of us have been in a situation where we've had some family members annoy us or this or that, so on and so forth. And it's easy, I think, because of those parallels to kind of like gloss over the shit that's super unrealistic, like the moon and the sled thing and all that stuff. And it's somehow being like people can watch that movie or watch this movie and be like, oh yeah, I've been in that exact situation before. And then when you start bringing up like, oh yeah, so you've had a moon that was about to collide with your house and you had a fucking this and that. Like, it's like, no, not that part. Like, come on. But yeah, I think it's grounded in realism and not at the same time.
So I'm going to say my line I always say. So Clark watching old movies in the attic. So this is where most people on Earth see this as the lull of the movie. And it's like, oh, God, the scene. Let's forward the part where he's watching movies in the attic. You know, I always have to point out what the lull of the movie is. Like I told Ghoul, Under the Bridge in Terminator 1 is the lull. In the Desert in Terminator 2 is the lull. Like, I just point this out just to see what you think of it, as, you know, us in this conversation. So, what do you guys feel about, you know, him having this moment that's not really funny, it's not hilarious, it's nothing like that. What do you guys think about this attic scene?
I actually really like this scene, to be honest with you. I don't find it to be a lull at all because I am a total sucker for Christmas time, and I put myself in Clark's shoes. Like, if I was up in the attic trying to hide presents in this fucking dusty, crusty crawl space for some fucking unknown reason, and then you fall through the goddamn ceiling, and then you stumble across a box of old film reels, which, bear with me here. So when this movie came out,
oh, I know where this is going.
The scenes that take place on his old film reels were 1955. This came out in 1989, so it had been 34 years in between those. It has now been 35 years since Christmas Vacation came out to us.
So let's say last year he would be watching Christmas reels of this movie.
Yep.
Wow.
How weird is that, Aaron? Look, his mind is blown. Look at him.
Thank you. Good night.
If they made this movie today, he'd be watching this movie.
That fucking sucks.
I mean, sorry, a year ago.
Yeah.
No, you're good. So, but no, I'm putting myself in Clark's spot. And if I was his age and I am now like 8 years older than he's supposed to be in this movie or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be, if I was up in the attic of my house and found these old like VHS tapes of me and my family back in like 1989 or whatever and put them on for the first time and was watching it, I would probably get extremely emotional watching it. And the Ray Charles song that plays over this scene, even though I'm not like into that music or anything, it's perfect as it plays over the footage of Clark watching this old stuff. It just it strikes a chord with me, and I think it's extremely effective.
I'm going to disagree. I think they should have been playing the mess around.
It's crazy he was stuck up there like that. Like, why didn't he jerk off then to the chick from the mall? Like,
why didn't the ladder go down when he was standing on top of it and was jumping up and down and banging?
No kidding.
But then as soon as Beverly D'Angelo pulled on the little cord, it all came crashing down. I don't understand that.
Now, how did she not sustain horrible injury from that?
Well,
She did it. She did it from behind.
I have in my
That's how you're supposed. Have you guys ever had an attic like that?
I do have an attic like that. This is a perfect time to say this, I guess. So in honor of this movie, I do a post every single year of my life. I have myself where the stairs are down and extended, which, you know, wouldn't happen unless you did it.
Wait, so you have one of these attics?
Exactly this attic, yeah.
Okay.
Well, of course. Who do you think he is, dude?
Well, no, I was gonna say because I lived in a house that had an attic like that, and it wasn't like anything special. So like,
It's not. I'm just playing into Chris.
no. I just think it's funny. Like I feel like this is an uncommon type of.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Who knows? I think it's uncommon. I think you normally have a door leading to your attic, yeah.
Yes,
So I always act like I'm Clark. Actually, what am I even doing? Oh, I am doing a joke. So when he pulls the first time, when he goes up there, doesn't it like extend into his face and he gets knocked out?
Yes.
Yeah, because he looks around, then pulls it down, and it smashes him in the face.
Okay,
yeah.
That's the joke I'm doing. Okay, good. I was like, what am I even doing here? So I always act like that happened to me. And I make a picture where my face is basically under the ladder and I'm flat on the ground, and it looks like I pulled the cord and the fucking thing opened up and knocked me out. And I say this, and I write the same exact thing. I write, this happens to me every year. And I just keep posting the same picture every single time. So I have this attic. You know, I never did a Mythbusters and went up there and said, could he, if he was pushing down like Aaron said, would it have opened from the leverage up there? My guess is it would have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't it have if all Ellen had to do was pull that little string and it opened up?
Right. He was on it and like slamming the ladder part on it.
Right.
Man, if he pulls the full weight of a fully grown man, that would put that thing right the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and as opposed to a 98-pound woman's pull of a string, like that would do it.
And like Aaron said, I have it in my notes. Wouldn't one or both of them be severely injured after that happened?
Dude, when he gets hit in the fucking head, as like I always reference as someone who suffers from migraines, that fucking like just thinking about that head injury, I'm like, you're done for the rest of the day. You're like, That's it. Go to the hospital.
Right. So Clark's still screwing around with his lights on his house, and this woman, this grandmother, hits the lights in the pantry, and it activates the extension cord that Clark, is so concerned with. It lights up the house, but I guess he's already in the back of the house. How does Clark not notice his entire house is lit up just because he's in back of it? Even if he didn't put any lights on the back wall of the house, you're going to tell me you don't notice the entire sky is lit up?
Yeah, literally blinded the neighbors.
Now, Alex, as an electrical expert as you are, what is your opinion of their electrical extension cord set up in the garage where there's 17,000 cords plugging it together?
It's not about how many outlets you have. It's how many things are plugged into it. That's what's important. It's the draw. So the fact that you're drawing... Now, what are we realistically saying here? 20 things?
At least.
At least 20, right? There's like a million weird extensions on this thing.
It's like those mini extension cords. Like you have like a surge protector, and then you have like a surge extender, and you put it in it's fucking insane. It's like a house fire waiting to happen.
He has like 7 extenders on one section.
It's insane.
It's like he has extenders on to put another extender on, and then to put another extender on.
Exactly.
The part that's so funny about that to me is when Alan goes in to look at what's going on, he gets out a piece of paper as if he diagrammed this mess out. He gets
and it's
like
studying
what?
it like the fucking map in the Goonies.
Yeah,
Just here.
Yeah,
he's gonna fit the doubloon. He had the schematics of this. All right, what the? What?
Yeah. There's no schematic of that fucking mess.
No, there's no schematic. Nothing would matter. It doesn't mean anything. It's the draw. It's the amperage. It's everything. And his paper would have none of that information on it. It wouldn't matter. So what's the question? So, is it... Yeah, no, it's not. It's ridiculous to think that all that's... Because your house is powered by 2 legs and a neutral. So, to think that... Let's just say all those plugs are in that pantry or whatever that room is that old woman entered and put the light on that made it all work. What the fuck is in that room that 15,000 things are plugged into? What's plugged into it? Is there a vacuum cleaner? Is there an iron on it? Is there a refrigerator on it? Is there a space heater on it? What is plugged into that? In that one space?
Might have been the refrigerator's valid because they do show her getting something out of her refrigerator.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. That's one. Okay, good. Whatever. That's one. Then what? What are the other 17 plugs? What the fuck? Is there a fan? Is there a TV in there? Like, what the fuck is plugged into this area? Right? Like, come on. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's just a gag. And obviously they got that gag from Christmas Story. I don't know how familiar you guys are, but remember Darren McGavin, he like taps the thing, it's sparking.
Yeah.
There it is. I like how fucking magical it looks too. And Clark, he looks like fucking Doc Brown when he puts the when he puts the chords together. Yeah.
It's amazing. What a comparison.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic, dude.
As soon as the lightning strikes, he puts the chords together. That's amazing. And that was 85, so they could have done that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I like right before he puts the chords together, when he goes fucking ham on that fucking reindeer and the Santa, and he goes full like fucking Danielson is just karate chopping those fucking antlers off that reindeer and shit.
Amazing.
Dude, you know, I never saw that scene. Oh, no, I did. I watched Rocky 5.
Oh, shit.
I love the Rocky movies very much. Rocky 5, not as much.
Oh.
Smart man.
Are you guys Tommy the Machine Gun fans?
Just me.
I get it's an objectively bad movie, but I think that final fight is awesome.
I'm into guys with AIDS. I like Magic Johnson, Tommy Gunn. Oh, yeah, dude, if you have AIDS, that means you're a baller.
Easy. Freddie Mercury definitely got a lot of chicks.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm so into guys with AIDS.
Yeah. I'm so into guys with AIDS.
Oh my god.
So as if this ridiculous house was not a payoff enough, you have the neighbors destroying their own home because they're blinded. They fall over, knock this over, knock that over. They're destroying their home.
Dude, what is it with? As soon as the lights go out, the husband who is standing at the top of the steps acts like he steps over a tripwire and just throws that fucking tray just because the lights go out, and he goes tumbling down the fucking steps.
Yep, and like they are the most. They become like very slapsticky, clumsy as soon as those lights comes on, both of them, and they're just like laying down in agony, like moving around like they're fucking drowning or some shit.
Yeah, and then she's crying because they spilled like whatever on the carpet. She's like, "My carpet!"
It's so dramatic.
I too like when they first get done with the run. He's like, "I'm gonna kiss every square inch of your body," and she just fucking like straight up puts the bricks at, like, not until you take a fucking He's like, of course, like you, like it made me wonder if she even wanted to have sex with this dude, with Todd.
Oh, no. She's totally one of those that will just like bend over and be like, just come on, just do it.
Like a tranquilized mattress. She just like, but yeah,
it's wild.
What a boring sex life.
So Clark like we said, destroys the Santa and the reindeer, like in Rocky 5. It's amazing. And then Ellen figures out, for whatever reason, I'm not really sure how this happens, but she figures out that like turning that switch on like activates again as an and I'm not an electrician, I'm a lineman, so electricians know like the real nitty gritty of every detail of your house. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who supplies the power to your house. So but at the same time, I'll say that, like, what does that mean? So, like, all those 17 plugs don't work until you hit that light switch on? So nothing works? That doesn't make any sense. And why would the plug he plugged it into, why would that matter in that pantry room? It really, in realistic, they seem to put your attention on the 15,000 plugs that are there as if the ones that are lighting his house are there, but why would he plug it into a room inside of his house? It really makes no sense at all.
Yeah, you'd make more sense to have an outside outlet, right? Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I have no idea why her turning that on means anything. I don't know.
nothing with the Griswolds makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, not one thing makes any kind of sense with it. So it just kind of falls into the like if you look at like we talked about before, like with the family truckster, it makes no sense. Like the car honestly makes no sense. So it's the same exact thing. It's the same exact concept, like of just randomness, but it's great and it's funny and it's hysterical. Yeah.
Well, it's like the beginning of the movie, the cartoon opening kind of like sets the tone for it. Like, this is going to be just a cartoonish, like, nonsense kind of thing,
right.
you know?
Right.
They're all celebrating this amazing house he did, and no one goes, God damn, Clark, what the fuck did you do here? Like, who does this? Like, no one says that. They're all just like, it's beautiful. Like, no one goes, why is there a light for every 6 square inch of your house? Like, nobody says anything about it, that this is weird. Like, no one goes, God damn, dude. Like, who puts lights on the sides of their house and across their windows and on their gutter and on their roof?
And wrapped around their goddamn attic window.
Some of them, like, I feel like when it's ridiculous, like Ellen says it with her expressions, but she never says it with her words. Like, she knows it's ridiculous, right? But she's just like, that's who I fucking married.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
Like, and fucking Audrey does. Audrey's fucking embarrassed by it before the fucking, but that could just be a teenage, like, thing too, of like, I'm embarrassed because I'm fucking, you know, my family and shit too.
So during this whole situation where, like, they're lighting the house up and all that, Eddie just randomly, like, shows up. Like, how funny is that he's just, like, embracing each and every family member, and then he's like, Eddie, I hope this enhances your holiday spirit, or whatever he says to him. And he's like, it's a beaut, Clark.
Eddie? Like,
Eddie?
The shock is just unbelievable.
I hope he didn't do this for us, Clark. Eddie?
Now, everything that fucking Eddie does in that scene is, like, priceless. Like, his reactions, his mannerisms. Like, I love when he's like, well, we were wondering if you guys keep the kids. The way that he puts his arm around his wife or whatever.
So
He's like, we need some alone time and all that. It's like, so like, ooh, like, no one wants to think about that.
All right, so
like he goes, this is our pride and joy, Snots. Yeah, we named him this because he's got the sinus condition. And then he snaps his fingers, and then 2 seconds later, the dog goes from looking like a normal dog to looks like he's covered in egg yolk, like his fucking head down to his neck. Roll over and let Uncle Clark scratch your belly.
My hands are chapped.
I really shouldn't. My hands are all chapped.
when is it Clark's dad or is it Ellen's dad who lowers down to one of Cousin Eddie's kids?
It's Ellen's dad.
Do you have a kiss for me?
Kiss? Yeah,
to the little boy?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I noticed that too. I was like, that's a little.
He wanted to kiss a boy?
Yeah.
So the version I have, he whips his cock out. Is that the unrated version?
I have a feeling like fucking Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC is going to be a guest on this podcast.
Watch your take it easy.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, so you wanted to have a drink with a 13-year-old? Oh my God.
Yeah, we were podcasting, so that's what you call it.
That's what you call it.
You ain't never seen a set on a dog like you have on this one, Clark. What the fuck?
But
he's like admiring his dog's balls.
It's funny because Ellen's dad is pretty much a dick through the whole movie, but I notice he's like the defender for Eddie and Eddie's family. He's always like, it's
so weird.
Yeah. Like, he is such a defender for Eddie and them. He doesn't see Eddie as like a fuck up at all.
There's plenty of room, Ed.
Yeah, he just fucking invites them into a house that's not his own.
And then Eddie says, don't forget the rubber sheets and the gerbils.
Yeah, what?
What
to
in
stuff
the
up his
F?
ass.
I mean, that's kind of a hardcore joke to make for a movie like this.
So I think they were letting that be a little ambiguous because I think I had read that there was a deleted scene that had
They showed that?
No. That showed a cage with gerbils in it, and the kid's sleeping like in the house, and the fucking older kid that looks like Pugsley Adams, what's his name? Butch? Rocky wets the bed, and that's why they have the rubber sheets.
It's all weird. I don't even know what to make of Eddie. All I know is the greatest scene is coming up. For some reason, the scene where it's just Clark and Eddie alone in the living room by the tree, from the second that scene starts to the end of that scene, is my favorite scene of this movie.
Yeah, I don't doubt that even a bit.
Right. Like, we start off, he's there, and the dog is licking the tree water, and he's like, that's okay, Clark.
Happening right now.
I love how too, like, when he gets the dog out there, he's like, go on now. Go in the kitchen, get you something to eat.
Something to eat. Yeah, like, the dog understands all that. He's gonna go, okay, yeah, let me grab a...
Go to the kitchen and eat some of their food.
Now, cool. Now you're looking at this. Do you notice what's wrong with Eddie's clothing?
The fact that it looks like he's wearing like a bra, basically.
It's called a dickie.
Yeah, so it's the thing that's around his neck that goes through his chest, because that's it. It ends at his titties.
I have a sad admission to make here. So back when this movie came out, those things were popular because turtlenecks were popular in general. And if you didn't want to wear a full turtleneck, you wore a dickie, because it was just the neck part that went under your shirt, but the neck still came up like a turtleneck. And I had like 3 of these things.
Dude, if I remember
Swear to
when
God,
I was
dude.
a kid, if someone wanted to make me wear a turtleneck, I was gonna like fucking kill myself.
Nope. When I was a teenager, they were popular, dude.
Did you wear white shoes too?
No. Nope.
Wow.
The fact that you could see it through that fucking white whatever he has on is insanely...
You definitely shouldn't wear a black dickie underneath like a white or a cream colored turtleneck.
Yeah, white
or
sheer
sweater.
shirt.
Yeah.
Right, cream sweater.
Right.
It's so funny because I have like a cousin Eddie who we went to Cedar Point and like stayed at this theme park that was there, or stayed at this hotel that had like a water park there. And you got to know my cousin. He's just a horrible human and will do anything for a joke. He's so fucking just like this dude's a character. But and I don't even know if he was doing this as a joke. Yeah, I don't know if he was doing this as a joke or if he was just this clueless, but he had like a white bathing suit and then had like black man panties underneath it. So as soon as it was wet, you could just make out everything that was underneath his fucking swimsuit. And like he was like trying to creep everybody out, and he was like hanging out in like the kiddie pool and shit. And we were like, what the fuck, Matt? Like, get out of there. Like he was going way overboard. Like, but yeah, that's a whole other, but that's like my cousin Eddie. Yeah, he's a cousin Eddie, 100%.
He talks about his dog, and he says he's a Mississippi Leghound in him. And he goes, you don't want to wear short pants if the dog's around, and if he settles into you...
Just let him finish.
That's just to let him finish.
Let him finish.
Do you know, again, as a kid, I didn't know what that meant.
Well, how are you supposed to?
I must have thought he was, like, biting his leg. I don't know. But I know for a fact I didn't get it till I was like 16, I guess. Like, I was like,
You know what the weird thing is? The weird thing is, up until this year, when he said, if he settles into you, just let him finish, I thought he meant if he starts pissing on your leg, just let him finish. But this year, I thought, wait a minute. Does he mean if he starts humping your leg, just let him finish?
Yeah.
Never thought about that until this year, dude. That's why.
Are you kidding?
This movie just keeps unpeeling. No, I swear to God, dude, keeps unpeeling layers after all these years.
Could you imagine how demeaning that would be if you just had to let the dog finish it? God.
Yeah, especially if it took like 8 minutes.
Yeah, especially if this dog's trying to like impress you and it just like fucking really stretches it out.
He's like, I'm no 2-pump chump. What the fuck do you think I am? And then he sits there and he's like humping you, and it's like 9:57, and it's like 10:08, and he's still going at it.
You're laying on your back, and then the dog flips you around and makes you just gotta let him finish.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's like, I can't believe you're standing in my living room, Ed. Oh my god. And then he says, and then he gets into my daughter's in the clinic getting cured off the wild turkey. And like, as a kid, I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what is wild turkey? What does that mean? And obviously, for all you who still don't know, it's an alcoholic beverage. So his daughter's an alcoholic and she's getting cured off. There's a drink called the wild turkey, I guess.
Look at the ghoul.
You have wild turkey? Or is that Maker's Mark?
That's not wild turkey, is it?
Yes, it is. Oh no, that's Maker's Mark.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know my drinks too. What the hell do you think I am?
Some nanny boy.
Yeah, what do you think I am?
That was left here years ago.
You never drank Maker's Mark?
I have, but it fucking sucks shit.
Oh, it's horrible. So then Eddie touches the fan that's supposed to spin around. It doesn't. It just like.
Oh
busts
my
up.
god, that is so fucking funny, dude.
How about he's talking about the yak woman? His son's going to the carnival.
Oh god,
The horns growing
dude,
out of her
that's
head.
so funny. It's a crying shame the older kids couldn't make it, and he flips the thing, and the goddamn pinwheel destroys in 10,000 pieces, and he goes, "You ever heard of her, Clark? She's ugly as sin, but a sweet gal and a hell of a good cook."
He ate her cooking.
So that means the yak woman has cooked a meal for Eddie and his family.
She's hosted an event.
Right.
A woman with horns growing out of her head.
Do you know what's funny? Is you know how Eddie fucking breaks that little wheel thing apart?
Yeah.
When I watched that, I thought to myself, like, he's not even mad about it necessarily because there would be a scene where Clark would do the exact same thing in someone else's house. Like, there's no doubt about it. As clumsy as, like, Griswold is, he would fucking do that easily.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny you say that. That's fascinating you say that. Clark is cousin Eddie in every other situation.
Yeah, if we had a Clark Griswold, we'd be like, man, I got this annoying ass cousin, and it's like, yeah.
He's the guy who would be cousin Eddie in every single other situation. Yet, in this movie, we have a guy who's a bigger bozo than Clark.
They basically just made him like retarded, like, and they were like, and country.
Right. That's it.
Dad.
Yeah.
So we get to the scene where Mr. Shirley has like a 18 or 29 foot long desk, and Clark brings his gift over there that matches every single other person's gift.
I was going to say they all look
Did you
the
ever
same.
notice that? Yeah, they're all like long and then the one thing on the top. Yeah,
But I never understood. Are we as the audience supposed to know what those are supposed to be?
Yeah.
I never did.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just supposed to think that Clark got him the same gift that everybody else did,
Like
right?
he's a typical tool like everybody else.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I guess, yeah. So, I get it. And it's like, you give a smirk to it. That's about it. But you get a real laugh with, I'm in the middle of an important call, and he's clearly not on the phone. And he goes,
somebody.
Give me somebody while I'm waiting.
I just love the disrespect of constantly calling him the wrong name.
Oh, God. Bill.
He's called him Mark at one point.
So, I think it's something like that. He doesn't get his name right until the very end when the SWAT team's there.
Yep.
Right.
He's like, honey, this is the Griswolds.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. So that's great. Then you get to the sled scene.
Oh, God.
He puts the thing for food on it, and then he goes sailing down the hill at 100 miles an hour.
At minimum.
Well, as a kid, the one fail of Eddie's character, do you guys all share this? I think the corniest line of this movie...
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at all. I kind of ignored it when I watched it this time.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It
makes...
Well, it's just kind of like he's like, well, that what just happened is what I thought was going to happen. Bingo.
Yeah. He's gone. Like...
But this is just another scene of why this movie is kind of cartoonish, just because the way he takes off like dude, and the way he's like firing through those woods and then goes across the street and then goes skewering through that fucking Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and he lands where you can get low prices.
And then Eddie still sees him from his point of view at the top of the woods and goes, bingo. Like he saw all of that happen.
3 miles away.
Like, he sees from where he took off all the way through that travel to the clothing where they give clothes away or whatever that is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, by the time, like, as long as that scene took, Eddie and them probably would have already been in their car and, like, going home. Like, just like that, like, but we're just supposedly they were all standing there watching the whole thing.
Yeah, like, they would have been like, okay, well, I guess we'll meet up with us later.
Yeah, they would have already been like, all right, we done with the snow? I guess Clark's having fun. All right. Like, they wouldn't have just been watching this whole thing from, like...
Clark's legs by the end of this scene would have been shredded cheese because that metal saucer later when Eddie picks it up out of the garbage dump and the whole fucking middle part of it is rotted away. So that means Clark's legs would have been completely exposed to the street, the asphalt, the concrete, and all that stuff. And Clark's legs would have been fucking ground beef, dude. But then he's fine when he gets... Well, they don't show him getting up.
Well, yeah, you don't see it, but yeah.
But, fast forward to later, when Eddie picks up that saucer out of the trash, and it shows him just looking at it, the whole middle part is gone.
Yeah, it's like fucking destroyed.
Right.
Right, so the reality is Clark would have been sliding on his own skin and bones.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's going on the street on his goddamn fucking skin.
I do love the line, like, well, I don't want to mess up my hair or whatever. Like, if I, that was his biggest worry.
Yeah, how can we gloss over that? Is that not fucking genius?
It's so funny. It's just like, he's got apparently plastic in his brain, but if he doesn't want to smush it just in case it messes up his hair.
Because it lands in the part of his hair, and his hair just ain't going to look right.
It just ain't going to look right. Like, was that written, or was that him coming off the fucking cuff on that?
Dude, there's got to be so much off the cuff in this movie. Like, it's just some of the things he says are just like, there's no way you can script that. It's way too... That's what I mean. It's way too good.
It's so lived in and it feels so natural. Like, it feels so fucking natural.
You can't write shit like that.
Well, here, Chris is an expert. Is John Hughes that good that he could have literally written every single word of this?
In my opinion, yes, absolutely.
I think I agree with Chris,
Yeah.
So, Clark hasn't received his Christmas bonus, and here's the weird thing. This is really just personal. Strangely enough, all of our weird coincidences, this is the first year I'm not receiving my Christmas bonus.
I give all my employees fucking bonuses, man. The only one that doesn't get it's me. Like, so.
Oh, wow! You're Clark Griswold every year. So you never put in a pool then?
Never put in. I like to. I'm at my house and stuff. I like to be a minimalist. I don't like having too much shit, like or too big a place or anything like that.
So you're not like Chris, yeah.
So I will say Clark is irresponsible because he said he wrote the check already, not knowing if it would cash, and it's like, how much money do you have in your account, dude? Like,
who would want to pay that much money for a goddamn swimming pool? Who gives a fuck about that shit?
Clark Griswold. In 19 fucking 89, what you could do with $25,000?
Exactly. To have a goddamn pool in your yard for 3 months of the year? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and the kids will be sick of it in a week.
No, the ghoul would love it for at least 8 months.
The ghoul would spend 25 G's on JD in a heartbeat, dude.
I spend on fucking guns.
You'd rather shoot things than swim?
Yes.
Wow.
Who wants to swim?
Yeah.
Pay that much money.
It's like winter 10 months out of the 12 months of the year where, like, Alex, granted, I know New Jersey's fucking, as soon as September hits, it's over. So, yeah, I'll take the fucking guns over the pool.
So then we get to the biggest moment ever. He's standing by the window with his wife. He said, yeah, I'm looking at a cold winter's morn and an asshole in his bathrobe emptying a chemical toilet into my sewer. Shitter was full. Have you checked her shitters, honey?
That is the number one quote. Maybe, not for sure, but maybe from any Christmas movie of all time. Shitter was full.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that disgusting fucking plastic hose pointed into the gutter, emptying his liquidated piss and shit into the sewer. Yeah.
Do you think when he delivered that line, he knew the magnitude?
No,
there's no way, right?
No, dude, no way, no way.
Shitter's full. Cigar out of the mouth. Oh Jesus!
And then he picks up that goddamn metal saucer sled with the ass ripped out of it, and picks up and looks at it like, I could use this for something, just based on the way he's looking at it, and then like walks away.
Yeah, and you know that, by the way, when the cat fries up, he says, hey, Clark, this couch is a good quality item.
Yeah.
So that shows that he actually thought he can use that saucer sled still.
Yep.
Like, how screwed up is that?
But it's funny because the whole cat thing too is like the cat gets fried harder than Michael Myers was fried at the end of Halloween 2.
So stupid. Anyway, so he's been out of work for 7 years, and he's holding out for a management position, and that's why he hasn't accepted a job.
Was it 7 years?
Yeah.
So it goes. I was gonna say, so it goes Christmas, it goes vacation, European, and then this one, right?
Which, from the first vacation to this one, is 6 years if you go by the order of the movie's release.
Look at you, man.
Yeah. Wow.
This guy knows everything. Thank God I hired him. Even though I don't pay you. I hired you to work for free. Because, I give out gas money in Gurney. Okay, so when he says gas money gave out in Gurney, am I an idiot? Does anybody, can you clue me in?
I thought he said gas money gave out from Gurney, and I always thought Gurney was like a family friend, like an aunt or an uncle or something.
I thought it was just like a random
gas money give out.
I thought it was
Gurney.
a random town, yeah.
Oh, well, let me look that up.
I thought it was a random town, too. So Clark's gonna buy his wife and children all of their Christmas gifts this year. That's what we discover in Walmart when Clark... Did you guys always notice when Clark puts the light bulbs on top of the 3 Purina Chow bags or whatever that is, and then he lands another bag and crushes them flat?
Yep.
What do you think happened when he got to the register?
Are you talking about the light bulbs? Yeah. Dude.
Gurney, by the way, is a ghost town in Cass County, Illinois.
Oh, so it works.
It would make sense. Yeah, that means he was making it from basically the middle of Illinois until he got to Chicago. He was running on fumes.
But here's why that doesn't make sense. Eddie and his family lived in Coolidge, Kansas, which is west of Illinois. So why would he have?
See, by this point though, I'm wondering if they lived in Vegas, because even Rocky in this movie was wearing a Las Vegas shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Right. It's so funny you said that, because I never picked up on that until this.
They switched between a lot of Chicago and Las Vegas sports teams. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, though. So at the end, when he kidnaps Clark's boss, the woman, his wife on the phone, Mr. Shirley's wife, said he had Kansas plates.
Oh, shit. There it is.
No shit.
She is not hot. She has a big nose. She looks like Rachmaninoff.
Rachmaninoff.
So, at this point, from here on in our review, Christmas Eve is upon us. Aunt Bethany and Uncle Lewis show up at the house. She wraps up her damn cat And now they're going to have a cat running around the house. And then this guy sucks the gelatin off of Clark's wife's finger. So we get to the part where Clark cuts the turkey open that Catherine cooked. Bethany is only 80 years old, apparently. So that's what we have to look forward to.
Oh, maybe.
So she says, Grace, she passed away 30 years ago. That was a good joke in 1989 because at that time there were people named Grace. You really don't hear that name anymore. So if a kid was watching today...
I literally have a niece named Grace.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess they started it back up. Oh, God. So how do you guys feel about the famous cut the turkey open scene?
Absolutely love it. I mean, I think it's weird because I actually used that in a meme not too many weeks ago when I was explaining to someone how I don't really love Thanksgiving food that much. I just kind of think it's overrated. And I was like, yeah, most of the time turkey ends up kind of dry, especially if you make it in an oven. Like, I've had great turkeys, don't get me wrong, but like...
Well, do you know that there's a thing, Aaron? You have to cook it breast up or breast down? And do you know that breast up is how most people cook it? And apparently that dries out the bird. And you're supposed to cook it breast down.
That makes a lot more sense. But yeah, I've never been... So like, I referenced this scene very recently and just like sent a meme. I was like, this is why I don't like it. And like when he cuts it open and just...
The steam comes out, yeah. Now, did anybody contemplate the fact that the person who laid the turkey on the table should have realized the turkey was weightless?
Yeah, that's a good point.
How do you not notice that? Who laid the turkey on the table?
Cousin Eddie's wife.
Yeah.
And obviously, she wouldn't know how to properly prepare a turkey like that, so she just...
Right.
She couldn't tell the turkey weighed 3 ounces?
How would she know she lives
it looks
in a
like
trailer?
it looks like it had fucking cobwebs in it when they cut it open.
Yeah.
It was like the pumpkin at the beginning of Halloween 2.
Halloween 2.
Amazing. All right, we've all gotten one in.
You get one from Alex.
I wonder if Aaron will do one before it's over.
I was trying to think of one, and I think it's got to be organic.
It really does. Like just now, that was organic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how Eddie picks up that spoonful of sweet potatoes, tries them, and then slops them down on his plate.
So then we get to the dog barfing under the table, and I love when Eddie's like, maybe if you didn't feed him from the table. And he's like, no. He's probably just nosing through the trash.
Oh, hold up. We gotta talk about Uncle Lewis.
He goes,
we gotta talk about Uncle Lewis. No, it's William Hickey. I'm sorry, he is the best character in this fucking movie.
You're not doing anything constructive.
Like, also, I just love the you couldn't hear a dump truck drive through a nitroglycerin plant. But, and then the blessing, like everything this guy does is fucking amazing. And even like when he goes into the living room and he lights a stogie and fucking the tree goes up.
No, that's not Egg Marshall.
No, it's not. It's William Hickey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said that was Egg Marshall.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about William Hickey.
Okay,
and then
gotcha.
he just goes, like, he's on, the tree is fucking scorched. As we find out, his back is on fire, and he's just like, so what's the matter with you? I'm sorry. Dude, this guy's the funniest fucking part of this movie.
He killed it.
Like, anytime he's on screen, I am fucking crying laughing. Like, me and my friends, I think, say, the blessing 1,000 times, especially around this time.
Oh yeah, dude, that's been a huge quote over the year.
The blessing.
You sound exactly like him too.
At least it's out of its misery.
Yeah. Oh, all of his stuff is fantastic. He really is and it's funny. Think about that. He knew he could die by the end of this shift. on this movie, and he still gave it his all on every single line.
Should I look how old he was?
Yeah, sure.
He was at least 48.
Let's all guess.
You know, it's funny though.
Okay, I'm gonna say 65.
I'm gonna say 72.
I'll say 77.
You know, what's funny is
77. Jesus.
Is Egg Marshall. You know how he was in the first Creep Show.
Right,
This dude was
yeah.
actually in Tales from the Dark Side, wasn't he?
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cat from Hell.
That cat has killed 3 goddamn people.
Dude, I could close my eyes and swear that you're that fucking guy.
No, the ghoul's good, man. He's our impersonations guy.
I remember, Alex, you used to do pretty good
All right, what
first
did-
season Homer.
What did you guys guess?
I said 72.
77.
I said 70 something. I don't know.
You said, I thought you said 65.
He said,
He was-
you were in the 60s.
maybe I did. I don't know. Fuck. I can't remember.
He
We'll
was
say 65.
He was 62.
What?
Yes.
He's
That's
older
what
than
I'm saying, dude. These
He's-
fucking 70s and 80s and 90s people, they look so much fucking older than they were.
he's younger than both my parents right now.
Wow, holy shit.
Dude, that's horrible. Your parents don't look that bad, right?
Not at all. Me and my dad's work in the same town, different departments. Like, my dad's gonna turn 70 next October.
And your mom's 71. She's gonna be.
Yeah, she's gonna be so. Oh, wow, Alex, thank you for remembering.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I know your mom's age.
That's weird.
Crazy. Oh, thanks. Yeah,
No,
that's
the way you
great.
said that, it was just weird. No, I appreciate that, though. Thank you. No, that's the thing. Like, the way, like, generations age is fucking wild.
It's
Yeah,
insane,
dude, for sure. It's
Yeah.
fucking bizarre.
Thank God we're that much younger than this generation. I might look normal when I'm 62.
Oh, dude, you're gonna look the same age literally until you die.
I'll be me with gray hair.
Yeah, think about this. In 2 days, I'm going to be 49, which is 19 years older than the ghoul is now. And how old you say this guy? What the guy was in this movie?
He was 62.
So I'm only 13 years away from what this guy was.
That is wild.
You're gonna look like that?
I guess so.
Yeah, just drink and smoke cigars every day.
Oh
next
my
13
God,
years.
dude. It's fucking insane, dude.
This is awesome.
The dog barfing under the table is fantastic. Them cleaning up the garbage is amazing.
Oh, he's just yakking on a bone. He got it up.
Yeah. And nobody cares
He's
about
so,
that.
he's so nonchalant about it.
Well, also, let's not forget Aunt Bethany. Yeah, we'll have.
It's Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, it's her 80th Christmas, so let's have her say grace, and then she just starts doing the fucking Pledge of Allegiance. So fucking good.
So Clark realizes the lights are out on the tree. He plugs it in, and the cat gets lit the fuck up. This cat becomes just fur and a black spot. Where's the body? Where did the rest of the cat go? Like,
Yeah, well, it's easy to say because that cat.
it's only 120 volts, dude. Like, the body wouldn't disappear.
Oh, well, I mean, you never know because, I mean, the cat got lit up.
No, you do. Because squirrels go on power lines and they fucking bite into the thing and they cross phase it all the
Sure,
time.
but I'm talking about cat because, like,
don't
if
matter.
you didn't. Well, no, it matters because if you didn't realize that cat bit into that bulb and got lit up like the Michael Myers lit on fire at the end of Halloween 2.
Please shut the fuck up. Will you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to get through a review here. What are you doing?
Oh, no.
What is this? Could we just get to something for real? Listen, if a
Did you
squirrel...
not see me? Gold, did you not see me over here going like this?
No, I did. That's why I had to do it.
Aaron, I'm sorry you guys sit through the Halloween 2.
Oh my God.
I mean, I do love Halloween too. Let's not get that
Aaron,
wrong.
I'm so sorry. You gotta put up with that.
Oh, it's
Oh
cool,
my
man.
I'm so glad.
God.
I don't even know what he said. I don't even know the reference. Thank God.
That's what.
Like, if you literally had a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what he just said. Thank God.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I would say, okay, kill me. I don't know what he said.
Oh, Christ.
Anyway.
No, why did... Okay, so a goddamn squirrel jumps out of the tree, right? They acted like it was a fucking king cobra or a Wolverine or something.
Yeah.
Did you just say Wolverine?
Yes.
Oh, my God. It was a fucking squirrel, dude. And they acted like they were going to get annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this before... Yeah, this happens before Lewis lights his tree on fire, obviously.
That's after, yeah. Because then he goes outside, chainsaws another tree, and then brings it back inside.
Oh, wait, it happened before then. Oh, so we skipped over Lewis lighting the tree on fire. Because, yeah, that's the new tree that the squirrel's in. Yeah,
So,
okay. Oh, yeah,
what's the matter with you?
Yeah, what's the matter?
Like,
Lewis, look what you did to my tree. Like, oh my God. Like, okay, so Aaron, you're probably wondering, how would this even happen? This is ridiculous. A guy lights a cigar. Why would a tree be completely obliterated in flames or whatever the hell happened here? The only sign they give us here to make this in any way, shape, or form legitimate is Snots is licking the water out of the tree, and he says if he licks the water out, the tree's going to dry up.
Yeah, that it dried up so much that the tree caught fire.
In 24 hours. The tree wouldn't even notice that the dog drank the water in 24 hours. It would have no difference.
None. Not at all.
Right. So, yeah, we skip over, that whole thing. He burns his tree up. He flips out over having no bonus, bag over the head, punch in the face, and he gets into this whole tirade.
I was gonna say, Alex, are you gonna do the full tirade?
Yeah, if you can't, you got to play the clip.
I would, but Chris actually cut out my Willy Wonka recreation. He said, "No, just play the real one." After I put so much effort into that,
I cut it out as if I have edits over this shit.
Dude, you said, "I think you should just play the real one."
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
So I won't even bother, Aaron. I know you would like it. I'll play the clip, Aaron. Sorry.
Okay, let's see.
Regardless of your request.
Hey, if any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there in Melody Lane with all the other rich people, and I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
So, he cuts the neighbor's tree down. This fucking tree bashes through their dining room window.
How cold it would be.
Dude, we watch this like it's a movie. In real life, if your neighbor cut a tree in front of your house down and your tree flew through your window while you're eating,
I'd still be flipping out about it if it was like 4 hours ago. I'd the amount of jump and everything that would happen in that situation. Yeah.
And we just get to Ellen and him saying, "Oh, we needed a coffin."
That's a great line. We needed a coffin.
We needed a coffin.
A tree? Uncle Lewis burned down my tree.
That's how you know he's starting to lose his fucking mind. We needed a coffin.
All right, fix the newel post. Yeah, we needed it. We needed all this stuff. Lewis burned down my tree, so I just fixed the situation. Yeah, this would be a major, major, major thing in real world. The fact that we gloss over this is hilarious. So the squirrel situation, the dog, he wants to catch the squirrel, smack it with a hammer. The dog chases the squirrel through the house, destroys the house in the process. I love when the most destructive one is when he dives into their, like, what's that? What do you call that? The china cabinet or whatever.
The hutch.
The hutch, yeah. He in the hutch, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
You can just hear the fucking dollar sign smashing.
Oh yeah.
$32, $75, $195, $532. Yeah, it's just like, wow, it's adding up. Oh
like,
god. Yeah, they should have they should have that kind of like a graphic over everything.
It's fucking those like animated cartoon counters. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Sign is going up. Yep.
And I love how Clark's on board with most of it. He's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's get the squirrel. Ooh, wow, yeah, that's not that great. Let's get the squirrel. And that, like he's on board with a lot of it until it just keeps adding up. And he's like, okay, my life is fine.
Well, it's like, I'm not trying to jump ahead, but like, is it wild that like this is one of the few quote unquote Christmas movies that you never see Christmas Day on this movie?
Oh wow, that's a good point.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, never thought of that. Yeah.
It's all the lead up into Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is the most chaotic moment of it, which I totally get.
Right. Oh, that's normal in my family.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's for all of us. But there's no Christmas Day to this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting thing to see.
Sequel.
No.
I just want to say that
with all the same actors playing the same age.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
So we get to this amazing scene where Clark's reading what's that book called? Like the 12 days of...
The Night Before Christmas.
Night
yes.
before, yeah.
So Clark's reading The Night Before Christmas to the family. He and his dad got a lot of help from Jack Daniels. Ghoul, how did you feel about that when he said, I got a lot of help from Jack Daniels? Did you say, absolutely, brother? Do you cheers the screen when you hear that line, or what? What happens here?
Cheers the screen. I don't have to fucking cheers the screen. All I know is, like, that's absolutely, like, that's...
That got you through your last, like, 8 Christmases?
It's gonna get me through my next Christmas in the next couple of days. You fucking kidding me?
How amazing is that? So let's get to Eddie bringing Clark's boss in dog chains around his wrists and ankles. What do you guys think about this scene?
I love it because I think the wife looks hot as fuck.
She's not bad looking at all.
And she was only like 38 in this movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you're into older chicks, so where is your cutoff? Like, what range are you?
Cutoff 81.
Stupid. Okay, what's the beginning? Let's get to that. That's easier.
You based on my current life, 30.
30. Okay, good. 30 to 81. Great. Okay. So he brings his boss there in his chains, his wrists and ankles are chained up in dog chains or something. And I love how he blends it into The Night Before Christmas. That's like amazing. So he goes in there, he's a big bow on him, and if you don't realize, Clark earlier said, you know what I like? My boss brought here with a big bow on him, and I want to tell him what a sack of shit he is and all that stuff.
I'm sorry, but like the fucking shot after he says that, and then as soon as you see the RV pulling out, I was dying laughing as soon as I saw that. I don't know. Dude,
I love the shot when they get back at the house and Eddie kicks him in the ass. He like takes like one step back and kicks the shit out of him right in the ass.
So his boss is there, and they get into this whole thing. You boned us, blah blah blah. How did you get a bonus? I cut out bonuses this year, and all that stuff. So then eventually, by the end of it, they kind of guilt trip him into giving Clark a bonus. And not only does he give him a bonus, but he says, whatever you got last year, add 20%. and everything's looking good, everyone's happy, but then the cops were called earlier by his big-nosed wife, and they swing into the windows. They do the whole SWAT team deal because I guess she said, we're millionaires, this is a bigger deal. Like, they would never send 30 cops to someone's house.
No, just some normal residential neighborhood. Hell no.
And by the way, she gave the plate of Eddie and what he was wearing, a blue leisure suit. They would have no idea that he was hanging out with Clark this whole time. And they would go to Kansas to find this kidnapped dude. They wouldn't go to Griswold's house.
Yeah, how would they know that he was there?
That he was there. They would never know.
That's exactly what I thought, too. I was like, they just fucking destroyed this guy's house. Like, based off of, like, they could have been in the wrong place the entire time.
Right. Absolutely they could have. How about when Clark's wife puts her hand back on his cock?
Yeah, what is that? She is gripping his cock, dude.
About the sound of it when she puts it back on.
Yeah.
It sounds so firm and fully packed. So they do that, and then he says, "Oh no, I'm not pressing any charges. I was wrong," and blah blah. Oh yeah, these people called me out, whatever, and they were right. So then they all start singing and dancing. The cops are dancing, and then for whatever reason, they all go out in the front lawn. Oh no, they were all outside, like having a good time. And then Uncle Lewis threw his lighter near the sewer, and then the Santa exploded and flew off. And then somehow someone said it was a Christmas star? And what am I missing here?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Yeah, they just go outside and watch the fucking thing explode, and it flies through the air. And she's like, play ball!
Yeah, so that's what I was saying, the Star Spangled Banner, play ball, and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. Well, I think we said enough about this movie in 5.5 hours. How many dump trucks are running through a nitroglycerin plant out of 5 for you, the ghoul?
Oh, man, it's hard to tell. No, it's not fucking hard to tell. This is in my top 5 favorite Christmas movies.
Woo!
And it is a 100% out of 5 dump trucks through a fucking nitroglycerin plant. For this, there's like absolutely nothing wrong with this movie. It's just way too fucking good. It's also one of those movies where you can turn it on no matter what point it's at. Like, it can be 35 minutes in, it can be 55 minutes in. I'm watching it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm watching it regardless. So, yeah, 5 out of 5. Let's fucking go.
No, I get it, dude. I can't contest that. So, how many dump trucks are driving through a nitroglycerin plant?
Dude, it's so hard to say, right?
For you, Chris, out of 5.
I will drive 5 dump trucks through a nitroglycerin plant for this movie. It's, I mean, as a movie, as a quote movie, as far as something that has a story, it's nothing. Like, there is no story to this movie, but it is one banger scene after the other, quote after quote after quote, scene after scene after scene of just hilariousness. Like I said, as far as the Vacation saga goes, I still like the first one the best, but in my pantheon of Christmas movies, I can only rank Scrooged, which I know, Alex, you love.
Well, no, wait, for the record, I just don't remember Scrooge. It might be amazing. I don't really know. So I'm not, I just goof with you when I say I roll my eyes at that. I don't know that it's not good or anything. I will watch it. I promise you, Chris.
No, but I mean, it's all when you grew up and what you saw and how old you were and all that
I
shit
know,
like
I
that.
know.
It's fine.
But maybe it's so good. So I'm gonna watch it this year, and I'll let you know. I have 2 days left.
Yeah. In my pantheon of Christmas movies, I can only rank Scrooged and A Christmas Story ahead of this. This is fucking fantastic. It is a banger. It's a 10 out of 10. I cannot fault this movie in any way, shape, or form. 5 out of 5 nitroglycerin trucks driving through a plant.
Oh, yeah.
5 out of 5. I think I said everything I have to say. Not that I licked the balls of this movie the entire time. I'm not saying I did that, but I just reviewed it like anything else I ever review. I didn't like gush.
Yeah, no, you did fantastic.
My real thoughts are that I think it's fucking incredible. And we'll leave our special guest as our last input here. So Aaron Duncan. Out of how many dump trucks are you driving through a nitroglycerin plant? Out of 5 for Griswold's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
For me, I gotta go 5, boys. I mean, I love this movie. Like, this is my favorite one of all of them. I don't even know if I expressed that on the other 2 shows we did, but yes, I love this movie. I watched it pretty much 2.5 times for this podcast, and I never felt drained by it. I mean, like, I'm not sure how far the edit's gonna go, but like, we've been talking about it for almost 4 hours, and like, I could still like. And like we didn't even scratch the surface on it, dude. Like, I mean, this movie.
There's always next Christmas.
I'm not even sure what we said
movie,
so far.
Yeah, we've been on this for 4 hours, and for 3 hours and 18 minutes we talked about that chick in the mall. So like, she is definitely the banana I want to peel, or whatever things we're doing.
Yeah.
Peel back. She's definitely the stocking I want to stuff of this movie.
Mm-hmm. Just lay on her back. You won't even notice her ass is gone.
Yeah. There's no but. But no, I love this movie. It's timeless. The quotability of it in so many different ways. Even beyond the shitter is full. Like, it's not going in her yard. It's not going in her yard, Russ. Like, bend over and I'll show you. Like, yeah, there's just so many fucking great things about this movie. So yeah, it's 5 for me, dude. All day long.
Nice, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, just totally agree. We all agree. Clearly, there's a Hall of Famer. Amazing. So, guys, this is the last show of 2024. We will not. We're taking a week off. We're not doing a show for New Year's. We're not doing New Year's Evil.
One of my friends suggested an idea for 2025. It's basically like our top 10 horror show, where it was like no sequels, no remakes. Top 10 action movies, no sequels, no remakes.
Oh God!
I would never remember every one of them to do that.
we could do that.
You think?
Alex, me and you have our number 1 already.
I know, but
Commando?
What'd you say?
Commando?
Yeah.
Yep. Kook. Any movie with Kook in it is number 1, dude.
That was still to I'm not even lying, to this day was the scariest day of my life.
I was just listening to bits of that show earlier today when Alex was doing his gun noises, like.
Dude, I was so scared. Like.
So next year on Dead Man's Party, things are going to change. In 2025, as devastating as this may sound to some people, is going to be bi-weekly. it's not going to be every single Monday like you've been used to for a full year. Which, listen, time flies by. You won't even notice. It'll fly. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Bi-weekly next year. Aaron, thank you so much, dude, for coming on and completing your trifecta of Griswold's vacation movies.
Nice, man. Nice. I mean, well, am I going to see you guys next year in Vegas?
Nope, we're not doing that one.
Oh.
Aaron, I'll tell you the truth, we're not.
What about Hawaii?
No.
But we are going to do Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah, we're not. I actually watched that. I believe it or not, I rented that from Redbox.
Serious? Have you actually watched that, dude?
Wait, hold up. Is that actually a fucking thing?
Yeah, dude.
Ghoul, you haven't heard of that?
No.
It was a made-for-TV movie in like 2002 or something. It was called Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. It was on NBC. I never saw it. Yeah.
Nah, brother, but seriously, thanks for having me, man. It's always a blast to get on here with you guys. Well, I hate it that I won't see you guys in Vegas. You guys better think of another one to get me on here this year.
You are gonna see me in Cape Girardeau.
What'd you say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna come. Well, we're gonna go hang and all that stuff.
Yeah, dude.
We should do a buddy trip up to see these two. We'll just pick up whoever's on the way and then drive the furthest.
I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Let's say you got the two Midwesterners and the two East Coasters.
Yeah.
Find a spot.
Yeah, we'll find a spot.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll find a centralized location.
No, but Aaron, we love having you on. You're amazing all the time. You saved us. People don't realize, Aaron, we said it at the time, but again, you don't even know what Aaron did for us. He re-recorded those Terminator shows. We love having you on, so I'm gonna go ahead and always send you the 10 shows, the next 10 shows, and you pick one, dude, and the next 10 shows, and you pick one, and the next 10, and you pick one, and we can't wait till you're back on, dude.
Yeah, you just pick one that you need me to be on, man, and I'll do it. And you send me the list, and I'll pick a couple because I love hanging with you guys. It's a good fucking time.
Aaron, you're the best, man.
You're the best. The ghoul.
Junior.
Stop it.
So, yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. We hope you enjoyed our entire Christmas special.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass, kiss your ass. Happy,
Happy
what was
Hanukkah.
it? Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas from Dead Man's Party.